Hey everybody, welcome back to Exploring Temecula. Today's video, we're doing a market update for August 2021. We're changing it up a little. I've added two cities. So moving forward, we're going to be talking about Temecula, Menifee, Murrieta. Why? I'm finding that the sample size for Temecula, it's not painting the whole picture. Plus, we do business in all cities around the Temecula area. So I just want to give people information on not just Temecula, and then also with the larger sample size of 3 cities, you're going to get a more accurate read on what's going on in the market as of right now, moving forward, and what's gone on in the past. So if you are interested in Temecula or the surrounding area, make sure you subscribe. We keep everybody updated on not only the market, but what's going on in and around the Temecula area. We have a home search in every single one of our descriptions. So if you want to search homes in the surrounding area, check that out. And we also have a link for a home value. We are licensed as a home or as an appraisal company as well as a brokerage. So let's get into the video. Okay everybody, so here we go. As I mentioned in the intro, I wanted to start using the 3 areas that we not only do a lot of business in, but just they're close to Temecula. We do videos on them, so I think it's important to include Murrieta and Menifee to the monthly market updates, as well as giving us a bigger sample size, so you can really see, within these 3 cities what the market is actually doing. Sometimes when you're just doing one city, the data just doesn't show the real story of what's going on. So for people that have seen these videos before, Temecula, Murrieta, Menifee, these are the 3 cities I picked. I don't specify in regards to whether it's single family, bedrooms, bathrooms. I really just want to give you guys an overall feel of what is going on in the market. Below here is where we can get into the different criteria. I don't go through every single one of them, just the ones that I feel are important to you. And then we do a 3-year cycle in way of looking back at data. First thing we want to look at is new listings. Obviously, this is important because the supply and demand is real, and really over the last 3 to 4 years, supply has really been the issue in Southern California in many of the housing markets. There's just not a lot of homes on the market. As you can see, in August of this year, Temecula had 255 newly listed properties, Murrieta City 303, and Menifee 282. The biggest discrepancy would be Menifee. When you go back to August of 2020, Menifee had 220 newly listed properties, as opposed to August of 2021, 282. And for a small sample size, that's a lot of homes that are on the market, comparing them to both of these years. Okay, next up, I like going over active listings. Now, newly listed properties and active listings are different in the way of active listings are ones that are still showing active on the MLS at the end of each month. Obviously, because of the market we've been in, we've seen a downtrend in active listings on the MLS. And it really started to go down of October 2020 for all 3 of these markets. This is basically telling us if a home is listed on the MLS, it's going to sell. Now, as home prices have risen, you can see a slight uptrend in regards to how many active listings are on the MLS. But when you compare it to historically the last 3 years, it's not even close. So as of August 2021, we have 284 active listings on the MLS for Temecula, 323 for Murrieta, and 294 for Menifee. The lowest point would have been December of 2020. Of course, every year in December, that's when you're going to find the least amount of active properties. But over the last 3 years, you can see that December of 2020 is the lowest point in regards to having active listings for anybody to purchase on the MLS. Okay, so next up, really important to know days on market and to compare it previously, to previous years. Before we got into this, list it and sell it within 6 days, which started basically a year ago. August 2020 is when we started seeing the 6, 5, 6, 7, 8 days on the market. So basically, you're going to list your house on a Thursday, and by Tuesday of the following week, you will be in escrow. We did see the lowest time in the last 3 years, besides the last year, was in 2018, April or May, but you're still at 11, 16, and 14 days. And in April, 12, 13, and 18. So really, even though you look at a graph and you can say, holy geez, 2018 looks pretty low, it's still pretty much cut in half from October 2020 all the way till August 2021. So it's pretty crazy, the sustained low days on market we've had for about a year now. Okay, so next up, price per square foot. I haven't generally hit on this in previous videos, but because I have incorporated both Murrieta and Menifee into these home market updates, I want to do this mainly for buyers, just to give you a sense of what you're going to pay on average of price per square foot between these 3 cities. If you're new to this channel, if you're new to Southern California, Temecula is definitely going to be the higher price per square foot, and then Murrieta followed by Menifee. So if, depending on what your approval letter is, what you're planning on spending, obviously Menifee is going to be your best bet in regards to getting a home on the lower end of the range out of these 3 cities. All 3 cities have a lot to offer. Menifee is growing very quickly. I think as of a year or 2 ago, it's in the top 10 of all of America. You can see it as you drive down the 215. Basically, homes are getting built out east and west, and it's getting farther and farther out. So just be aware of that. I talk about it in a lot of my videos. The farther away from the freeway you get, the longer your drive to work is going to be, if that's the route you need to take. In regards to schools, Temecula and Murrieta are going to have some of the best schools in all of California. Menifee, not so much. That could be a reason of the price per square foot, or one of the reasons, the price per square foot in regards to Menifee is a little lower. But if that's not important to you, Menifee is a nice city. It's got golf courses. It's got some beautiful communities on the lake. So I would not count out Menifee, just depending on your needs. So next, we're going to show the percentage of the original list price sellers are getting when they list their homes. As you can see, throughout the last 3 years, you're pretty much getting exactly what you're asking for in regards to list price, as long as it's listed reasonably. You can see again within the last year a huge spike, especially in the last 3 to 4 months. Sellers are now getting over what the actual home is listed for, and what the home even appraises for. People are waiving their appraisals. So as of right now, you can see that this is definitely the case for most homes. Don't get too wrapped up. Yes, you do see a huge dip, or it looks like a huge dip in the last month. But it goes from 104 on average down to 102 and 103. So even though you're seeing this dip, it's not huge by any means. If you take a $500,000 home on average, 1%, let's call it $5,000 less that they got last month on average, compared to the original list price. Okay, and finally, one of the criteria everybody looks for is the average median sales price. Temecula $685 for August 2021, Murrieta $590, and Menifee $520. So as you can see again, the home prices between Temecula and Menifee, there's a $150,000 difference between the 2 cities. So just keep that in mind if you're planning on moving to any 3 of these cities, that you're definitely going to get into a home at a lower price point in Menifee. There you have it, guys. Hopefully that helped you. We're still seeing the trends, in my opinion, go up in an upward trend. I do think that in the next 3 to 6 months, we're going to see a slow uptick in home prices. I do not think we're going to see what we've seen over the last 6 or 7 months, though. Thank you very much.